Hi everyone, welcome to Vblog number 12, I believe it is. And today I'm going to talk about portable television sets. I don't know if you know this, but portable television sets have been around for at least the last 20 to 30 years. Well, maybe even longer if you count those really clunky ones. They used to make a few examples of, but I'm going to show you a few of those I have in my collection. And they're kind of cool. The reason I'm going to talk about this today is because there was someone writing to me for a few days ago, or a week ago I think it was. He was going to use a television set, a small portable television. He wanted to travel around the world, and he wanted to know what he needs for that. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you what you're going to need for that. But before we do that, I'll show you some of my oldest portable television sets. These are, I have a couple of Sonys here. This is the VHF UHF model, which is an FD10E, which I believe stands for European model. This particular thing here has a real CRT built inside, which stands for cathode ray tube, which means it actually has a tube inside of it. It even have a warning on the backside that says Grad en Erzeigt Röntgenstrahlen einspricht jedoch darauf. Yeah, so that probably means something. This contraption here emits X-rays from the rear end. You can see it says that, if it can focus on that. There you go. And they both work. I have two of them. I also have the British version of it. And this is the British version of it. It only has a UHF. I put some batteries in it here so you can see them. They are one of the big advantages of these things is that they're very clear and crisp. Just check out the picture quality if it can focus. There you go. You can see it's very high resolution, but it is black and white, of course, and it's not color at all. And you can't really receive anything in Sweden or Denmark, as far as I know, anymore, because we all use digital transmissions today. We use DVB-T, and that's what you need in order to receive digital television. These you can only receive analog television, which means you can't use them as a monitor. You can actually connect them to an RF output if you have that, or an old video game. So if you want to make something retro, you can actually make a video game out of these. All right, let's show some other television sets. Some other cool ones here. I haven't put batteries in these because it's essentially the same as the other ones, except these are not CRT screens, these are LCD screens. These are a couple of Casios. This is the 1500 model, and this is the TV 3000 model. This one is just a standard European model. You can't, it's supposed to be color, but it's still analog, so you can't really see anything with it. You can't really see anything today. Slowest focus on that camera ever. Anyway, I have another one here. This is a 7 system. And what 7 system means is that it works basically all over the world, which means you can use this television set in the whole entire world, except one thing. It's still analog. It is still an old version. You can see there's a couple of inputs there. One of them is a audio video input, so you can actually use this as a video monitor if you have a camera. The resolution isn't very good, of course. It's a very old thing, but it has collector's value for some reason. This is one of the more sought after television sets, and I believe that guy who wrote to me actually got one off eBay quite cheap. So he was lucky. Good luck. And you asked, or a lot of you probably want to know this, well, if I'm traveling to Scandinavia or any other country that only has digital television, what am I going to have? What am I going to do? Well, you're going to need a television set just like this. This one just happened to be called Maximum. It is kind of like a crappy MPEG-4 player. It has a small SD card reader on it. But the coolest part of this thing is that it has a real DVB-T tuner inside of it, which means you can receive digital television. And it's not very sophisticated because, you know, today we have 16:9 formats, and this one doesn't support 16:9, so I'm guessing this is one of the early DVB-T models. But it does support MPEG-2 transmissions. I believe that's what they're using anyway for DVB-T, early Sweden. And it works. I can turn it on, but you're not going to see any picture because I'm inside of my electronic studio, and, well, let's face it, there's no good signals in here. Let's see if I can turn this thing on. It turned on just a little while ago. There you go. Maybe it's the switch. There you go. And I can select DVB-T. There's lots of music players and all kinds of crap you don't really need. I believe there's an FM radio built inside as well, which works just fine. And it's trying to seek the signal of Malmö TV4, which is one of the TV stations I found on it earlier. But as you can see, there's no signal whatsoever. And the reason for that is, as I told you, we're inside my workshop, so I can't really receive anything in here anyway with it. But you can see it works. And I can guarantee you this actually picks up DVB-T signals. So you can actually watch today's digital television on this little unit. So yeah, that's it. Let's see if we can turn it off. Alright. It has this little small antenna that retracts and goes right into it. That thing is probably going to break at some points because it's the smallest telescopic antenna I've ever seen before in my life. But there you have it. This was a short vlog about my portable television sets. Some of them are analog, some of them are digital. Today you probably have to use digital in most countries. Maybe there are some countries still where you can use these analog television sets, I don't know. But if you are in doubt, you could possibly get both and you will be on the safe side. It's not as if they fill up too much space anyway. But okay, see you next time.